This conference will now be recorded.
Are we ready, Jim?
You want the gavel? Hello.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final meeting of the Police Chief Advisory Panel. Tonight, we will be receiving input from the gentlemen that have been here interviewing with me for the police chief candidates. There has been one change, so before we get too far into the meeting and call to order, I do want to tell you we're going to have the panel give their input before we start with public comment. They've asked to do that so that you can hear their input first. But I'm going to introduce them and then we'll do call to order. We have with us this evening Chief Gus Medina from Cuesta, Lieutenant Ryan Mugridge from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Major Michael O from Highland Beach, and Administrator Kevin Lucas from Jupiter Inlet Colony. They've been assisting us all day today. We are now going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Flags are behind you, gentlemen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who's singing? You.
Great, gentlemen. I will ask you to give the community your input on the candidates we interviewed today, and to give me your input.
Okay, actually,
Make sure you turn your mics on.
actually what we did up here, we chose one spokesman for us because we're all united on who we chose. Gus?
Apparently it's me. First and foremost, Lynn, thank you for letting us be a part of the panel. It's always a great thing when you have people from different backgrounds apply for a position that's so crucial to a government. More importantly, for the men and women that serve the community as well. To be quite honest, we spoke and unanimously, we feel that the right choice, and obviously it's your decision, would be your current interim chief, Michael Scott McClure. I mean, besides obviously having the knowledge of having been in Palm Beach County, being involved with many departments in the past, the knowledge that he brings, his FEMA background, you can tell he's in tune with what the community needs. I can tell by the presence of the officers here that the officers truly support him and believe in him. He's been here consistent. Obviously, he knew the most about the town, which is important to me. Whenever you choose a police chief, whether you're a candidate or an interim, you should know about the town and what makes it run and what are the needs of the community. Every community is different, though there may be similarities. We honestly felt that Scott, hands down, would be the right choice for the residents of Ocean Ridge. As I'm also the chief of the Palm Beach County Chiefs Association, I will tell you he's been a part of that as well. And, he just meshes well with everybody. I just think for us, it was a logical choice, and that would be Scott.
Thank you very much for your input. We will now open the floor for public comment from anybody that would like to come up. Please state your name for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Well, my wife, is this on?
You need to hit the red button.
Okay, thank you. My wife has lovingly given me her 3 minutes, so that gives me 6, just in case I go over. But thank you for this opportunity. Gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for your time and effort in this situation. I'm here today to endorse and support Scott McClure for the permanent position of Chief of Ocean Ridge Police Department. He's the right man at the right time for this position. Scott came on board here approximately 8 years ago after completing 25 years with Palm Beach PD. He has extensive experience in all aspects of police work. Scott comes from a family of law enforcement, including his father, who retired as assistant chief from West Palm Beach PD after 30 years of service. His mother served with the FBI and later retired from the United States Secret Service. He has blue blood in his veins. During his time with Ocean Ridge, he's worked his way up the chain of command from patrol officer to sergeant to lieutenant and now acting chief. He's worked diligently in every area of our department. He has earned this position. Every one of our officers respect him. He's been in the trenches with all of them. He knows firsthand what his officers face each day. My wife and I moved here in 2010. We quickly learned that our police needed some assistance with procuring new equipment as well as updating existing technology. We sat down with the chief at that time and Scott to determine what was needed. Scott was very much a part of our discussions. You may find him to be gentle in manner when you speak with him, but he's resolute in his execution with making sure the department's needs are met. I learned during those meetings that he sets his objectives and develops a strategy. Having a family member in law enforcement gave us a better understanding of policing. Over the years, we stepped up to help on the condition that we remain anonymous. When we help our police, we help our town. We rely on our officers to keep us safe every day. It's always gratifying to give back when we can. Every day they put on their Kevlar vests and chamber their weapon, hoping that they don't have to use deadly force. All of you, I'm sure, feel the same way. Policing today is more dangerous than it's ever been in the history of our country. Since 2010, Ocean Ridge has had 3 police chiefs. Each time our chiefs have moved on, our lieutenants have ascended into the position of chief. They have experience and ability beyond. Our lieutenants run the force when our chief is outside the perimeter of our town. Just like in the military, when a commanding officer is away from the base, the executive officer is in charge. This is leadership. Scott is a leader. He's come up just the way all of you have from the bottom, and he worked his way up. What does it say to our officers when we bring in someone from the outside to be chief? Our officers are on the job every day to serve and protect. From April 1 of 2022 through April 29th of 2023, they have made 44 physical arrests. That's more than our neighboring towns to our north and south, with only 4 arrests and 2 arrests over the same period of time. Ocean Ridge has a 57% decrease in reported crime to date from last year. Word is out on the street, when bad guys come here and commit crimes, they're gonna get busted. ORPD is not broken. We are stronger than ever. With dedicated men and women doing their job every day with pride, let's maintain the continuity and high morale of our department. Keep Chief McClure on the job. He's worked his whole life for this. He's earned it. Thank you. So that was 3 minutes?
It was almost 6 minutes.
Did I go over that?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
7 seconds.
What?
You only had 7 seconds left.
Okay.
Hi, Jeff Pugh, 35 Harbor Drive North. Been a resident for 27 years. Been through, including Scott, 5 chiefs. Never Ed Hillary was our. I want to say, firstly, I want to say thank you to you fellows for doing this because, I mean, I know it's something that you volunteered for to help us out. And I thank you for your professionalism in doing it because this is the first time this town has ever done something like this. And I want to say thank you to Lynn for actually putting it all together to do this, which shows that our town government is open and is something that the town residents can be involved in. So this selection process is a big turning point for this town. I'd also like to say thank you for picking Scott. And one of the main reasons, even though I do believe that knowledge of the job and having experience is important, I think one of the main important factors is the temperament of the person who's actually holding that position. And especially for this town, a small town of 1,742 parcels. You have direct involvement with the residents here. And the temperament of that, your police chief will actually, it goes out through the complete force. And that temperament and that willingness to basically try to keep everything calm is so important because we've been through uncalm times here in Ocean Ridge. I think this will be another changing point in our town. And I think this is another big step for us. And I think it's not, as we're just going forward in a very positive way. And I think this was very, very helpful to the town. I just want to say thank you again for taking the time to do it. Thank you.
Hola.
Well, sure.
Victor Martel, 46 Harbor Drive South. First, again, what Jeff Pugh said, thank you guys. It's been a long day, and I really appreciate your service because this is not easy. You know, my family's been here most of the day, and I know it's a very long day for you, and I know you didn't have to do this, so we really appreciate not only your energy and how hard you worked at it, but your integrity and your opinions. Really, it's just to reiterate what we've had so far. I think the town in the last 2 months maybe has been through some incredibly different changes, and in my opinion, for the better. I think Scott McClure brings us some stability, and you know, many of us know him for many, many years. My family's been residents for 25 years, and what I'm sure you know and what we know is the culture of the town is very important when you have a small town like we have here. And Scott is the epitome of something that speaks for the culture of this town. The officers love him, the residents love him, and he has that calming nature that we really appreciate in these little towns. And number one, I appreciate your opinions, and number two, I appreciate and respect that you've also decided that he's the best candidate. So thank you again, because I know this is a long day for you and you have families to go home to. But thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Debbie Cook, and I've had the pleasure to witness this today. And it's made me aware of what a unique situation we have here. And there were qualified people, and they'd be wonderful in New York City or any big city. But in the little barrier island and the uniqueness and the size, it was very educational. And thank you, guys, to reassure us that we had the best right here already. And so thank you. And Lynn, you guys did a great job. And thank you for even talking to us during breaks and letting us pick your brains on how the rest of the county goes. So thank you.
to adjourn.
Do we have anyone else that would like to speak?
I can say something.
Keep it short.
You guys don't know me, but I'm Officer Sabine. I've been here for 10 years. And I want to thank you for not only participating in this process, but for also making the best choice for the town and us as police officers, because we are behind him. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I thought she was gonna take the time from all the officers and make it really long.
I didn't know my speech, but then they already decided.
Do we have any other public comment? If we have no other public comments, we will adjourn. I thank everyone for your participation this evening and coming out. And I look forward to giving you the decision on the 20th of June following the Planning and Zoning Board meeting on no earlier than 10:30 a.m.
Great. Thank you.